The semi-final yesterday, beating European youth champion Diana Parada. She jumped all over her in the first round, really brought it, won that round, and then stepped off and boxed the next two, kept it at range because she's got that in her locker too. So that was just good tactics, and it's bold as well to go down that particular road. She'd already beat Margarita Zueva of Russia, the European youth silver medalist by second round RSC. So she's had a good run in the competition so far. The first to come to the ring here in the red corner, Dana Diday of Kazakhstan, national youth champion, 2019 Asian junior gold. I saw her beat Rusmetova yesterday 3-1, and she was aggressive. She needed to be, because Rusmetova could really punch. It did catch her a couple of times right towards the end, but she deserved the win. She deserved to get that win. Had a result overturned before that. Maglarka Varga of Hungary got the decision, but then they appealed it and it got overturned. So if you lose on a split 3-2, has to be 3-2, 4-1's no good. If you lose on a split 3-2, then you can launch an appeal. You have to do it quickly. You've got about 15 minutes to do it. The technical delegate and the bout review jury will firstly decide whether they're going to review it, and then if they do, then they'll have a good look at it. And we've had a few overturned over the course of the last few days, so that will come as an enormous relief to her. And here's the aforementioned Tokchom, 2019 Asian youth champion, and she's won youth titles and junior titles at national level as well, and it's 5 out of 5 for India. 7 finalists they've got in total. So as we were saying earlier on, you do not want to be the first person not to win. You really don't.
You get the sense that would be a long plane ride home, don't you?
You do. A long and lonely plane ride home. So on go the head guards. There are the judges. Croatia, USA, Mongolia, Sri Lanka and Ukraine. Diday of Kazakhstan. Tokchom of India. Got to make sure they get that head guard right. Every now and again you see a fighter who's just fiddling with their head guard whilst they're trying to go about their business. It's not ideal, is it?
Don't need that type of distraction when you've got an opponent across the ring looking to score points and do damage. Look at the difference in stature, so the tactic's going to be obvious, Andy.
No holding, no low blow. Listen to
absolutely. Diday, as I said, was very aggressive against Rusmetova, who physically is not that different in terms of height and build to Tokchom. They fight quite differently, but Rusmetova just could never quite get Diday on the end of her 1-2. When she did a couple of times, she looked dangerous because she can really bang. But as I said, Tokchom in her semi-final against Parada, who was a good, organised, shorter kind of fighter. She jumped right on her in the first round, got that one in her pocket, and then just stood off and boxed. Bit of wrestling early on between these two. Tokchom of India in blue, Diday Kazakhstan in red. Diday just trying to walk onto the inside there, get up close, and then just find a touch of room. It doesn't have to be pretty from her, that much she does know. If they get into that kind of range and she can just have a little wrestle and find a few inches, she can get some work done there, whereas Tokchom, to be honest with you, can't. She just doesn't have the space. Looking for a big right hand there. Diday gets through with a big right hand the second time around. She steps into that 1-2 and really let that go. And she's putting the Indian under some serious pressure here, because I think she felt that one a bit. And that lays down a bit of a marker. She got caught by a kind of right-hand lead on the way in there, Diday, but Tokchom has got to show Diday that she's got the punch power to keep her off, to make her respect it. If she can't do that in the first round, then Diday will just keep coming forward and keep throwing. Bit of blood maybe coming from the, bit of smear of blood, I think, possibly around the nose of Diday. who's just standing on the edge. Any second now, though, she's going to come in. This is what's going to happen with this fight. She'll stand on the borderline there, and then when she feels the time is right, she'll pull the trigger, and then she will come. And Tokchom has either got to try and anticipate that, or draw that kind of lead and be ready for it, or she needs to try and beat it to the punch. Interesting opening round. Didai's had the better of it so far, heading into the final minute, just trying to keep her head on the move, the fighter in the red there, but she got caught on the way in there. She moved her head when she was out of range and then stopped moving it as she moved in, which is something you quite often see fighters do, actually. It's kind of curious. They give you some exaggerated head movement when they're not winning distance, and then when it matters, the head tends to stay quite still. Quite messy at times, this opening round, but that was a good solid shot that Tokchom landed. Not a massive amount in this going into the last 30 seconds. I would go Didai's way at the minute, but just signs that she might be getting picked off a bit more efficiently by Tokchom, and maybe a little bit of steam has gone out of those shots from Didai. But the most notable success of the round, that big 1-2 with the right hand, did come from the Kazakh, but again there, as she comes in, just not quite the same dynamism about that 1-2. Interesting opening round. Split scores. So 3 judges finding in favour of Tokchom, 2 in favour of Didai. I've got no particular problem with that.
No, me neither. And as you observed, Andy, just perhaps a sign that Didai was slowing down as that round progressed through the first 3-minute stanza. And it's interesting because in the bout that was overturned against Varga, she put out so much in the first round, and Varga did well to still be standing at the end of it, but again, it took a heavy toll on the energy reserves of Didai, and she had to practically coast her way through the second round, and then she dug deep and had a big third round. This decision went against her, but she did overturn it. But again, it's as though she has the fighting spirit. She's an explosive, heavy puncher, but can she keep it going for long enough to keep her in the contest if she doesn't get her opponent out of there?
Absolutely. It was a close round. I probably just about would have gone to Didai, but she's lost it 3-2 on the cards, and that can be significant because let's just say Tokchom takes this second round across the board, although she's not made the greatest start there because she's walked onto a couple of massive right hands from Didai, and we can hear them 10 yards back from ringside. She stepped in at the start of the first round and landed something solid, but she did get one back for her pains that time. You can see the right hand, and there's a bit of blood from the nose that has been there for a little while, and the referee is now going to call the doctor over just to clean that up and have a look. The scoring of the second round, as mentioned, is always critical.
And of course, if you are having difficulty breathing because you're feeling the pace, the nosebleed's not going to help you in that respect.
Not at all. So just a little bit of parrying with the lead hands there. But sooner or later, Didai is going to come in and throw that right. Tokchom, with a short right of her own, just managed to keep her honest on that occasion, heading towards the end of the opening minutes. And square onto us there, you see the dynamic. There's that right hand again, and she steps in there and just dips away to her left-hand side. And I think that's what allows her to avoid getting caught on the way in by Tokchom. No holding, says our referee. Always just want to keep those in the back of your mind, the kind of commands that the referee has issued and the warnings that they've given, because that can sometimes be very, very pertinent when you head into a final round. This has been the kind of stop-start round that would probably suit Didai. She got caught by 1-2 there, but we're only halfway through it. As Ron pointed out, she's going to fight in spurts, Didai. Look for those big 1-2s, then try and move onto the shoulder, wrap her opponent up and take some time out of the fight, which is exactly what she's doing there. This suits her. This doesn't suit Tokchom, but she's got to be careful because she is the one initiating this, Didai, and the referee might take a dim view of this at some point, particularly in that third and final round, if she does begin to get a bit tired and does it too much. Right hand there from Tokchom. And I wonder whether we'll see a similar kind of finish to the opening round. At the minute, I've got Diday winning this round, courtesy of banging in a couple of really solid 1-2s. I think that's probably the last warning she'll get for that, to be honest. Wings in with a massive overhand right there, Diday, but Tokchom saw that one coming from, well, way from the back of the arena, really, as we head towards the final 30 seconds. Diday just setting her feet on the inside. Tokchom trying to give herself a bit of room there, just trying to back up and give herself a little bit of room. Left hand to the body there from the Indian fighter again. She's just grabbing on a bit there. Well, she's on thin ice there, Dana Diday of Kazakhstan in the red. A point will go, I think, any time soon. Good left hand there, followed by the right. She did get one back from Tokchom, but then pumped out the left hand again. And the referee seems to be talking to her about every 10 or 15 seconds at the minute. But from where I'm sitting, that was an effective round for her. Let's see if the judges agree. We had split scoring on the first round, remember, we got split scoring again, so it's perfectly set up, 2-point lead on one card for Tokchom, 2-point lead on one card for Dana Diday, and 3 level scores.
Incredibly intense second round of action, and what a final 3 minutes we have in score, because it couldn't be any more. It's a seesaw affair we have now. It's balance for three judges, and 2 points in it either way for the other two. It's 3-point level for 3 judges going into the third and final round. But some of the action from that second round, with both boxers landed heavy shots, but again, just she's timing her attacks well, you have to say, because as we got to the closing stages, the clinches were becoming more frequent from Diday. How much will she have recovered during the 60-second interval for this third and final round?
Well, that's it. That is a big question. I do worry about a point going from Diday in this final round. Tokchom looking to start quickly there of India. She's in the blue. Diday of Kazakhstan, she's in the red. And essentially, this is a 3-judge fight now, really, because we got 28-team leads, one either way. And if a point deduction should materialise, then those could possibly be overturned, but it's the 3 scores of 19-19 that are most relevant at the minute. Right hand there from Diday, 30 seconds into round 3. A little bit of wrestling on the inside. I'd say they're probably both as guilty as each other on that occasion. The referee allows them to work itself out. Diday, well, they just let their hands go then, and then kind of slump back forward into each other's arms. This has been a grueling kind of a fight. It might not have been the kind of pace that we've seen earlier on, which you're not going to get at middleweight as compared to the lower weights, but there's been a lot of leaning on. As I said, there's been quite a lot of wrestling physically that takes it out of you. They're looking to throw big shots. Diday particularly is looking to throw big shots. Tokchom has struggled with the style of Diday. I wondered whether she might try and jump on her like she did with Diana Parada. That was better from the Indian fighter, just have a little bit more room for the right hand as we head into the second half of this third and final round. The referee again there just speaks to Diday as they both land, as they come forward, and then Diday there is definitely holding on, but then she just let her arms go limp at probably just about the right time. It's untidy, right hand there from Tokchom. I mean, how many times is the referee going to say it? It's all at the referee's discretion here. There's no 3 strikes and you're out or anything like that. You can warn someone, and until it gets dark if you want, before you take a point. It's entirely down to the official. Deep into the final minute.
Stop! Red, listen. Stop!
Well, as I say, it's been untidy, but at the moment for me, Diday's just out-muscling Tokchom here. Not much clean has landed. Right hands to the body there from the Indian fighter in blue. She sailed very close to the wind when it comes to point deductions here, Diday. She really has, and it's kind of worked for her because, as I say, she'll let her hands go and then she'll grab hold and it's kind of a shot to nothing. It makes it very difficult to counter if when you throw a right hand, whether you connect or you miss, you get onto the shoulder and have a little wrestle. What do you make of that final round?
Final round, I thought she did very well to get her way through it, Diday, because there was one of the frequent calls from a break from the referee. I noted it down at the 1:39 mark, and Diday looked to her corner as if to say, how much longer is there left, because I'm not quite sure how much longer I can keep doing this. But she kept competing, and again, those intangibles, the determination, competitive spirit to the fore. Bout not of the highest quality, but punches coming through on occasion like that. What do the judges prefer? As you said, 2 rounds in it for 2 judges, 1 scoring each way, 3 even rounds. Could well be a split decision.
So ladies and gentlemen, in this final bout, win on points with split decision. From the blue corner, Sanamacha Tokchom, India.
She gets it, and she keeps this unbelievable run